Many teachers struggle with kids who lose control, cry, throw tantrums, break down, put their head on the table, won't work. All of those are signs of emotional regulation. So one of the first skills that I would teach is how to calm down, how to get yourself back into control. Now, it's helpful to understand the calming down process. When we get anxious, angry, frustrated, frightened, there's a whole set of hormones that are released in our body. And what happens is our respiration increases, our blood pressure goes up. There's an actual physical response that we need to pay attention to. Because part of that physical response is that the prefrontal cortex of our brain is not functioning. And the prefrontal cortex is responsible for judgment, planning, impulse control, short-term memory, all of those things that we need in order to learn. So when children are upset, they are not able to hear you, they're not able to remember what you're saying, they're not able to process the information you're giving them. So it's not even worth talking to a child who's upset. Instead, you want to help them calm down. Now, when we calm down, we activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which helps all of those physical reactions to calm down. And the best way to do that, believe it or not, is with deep breaths. Oh, it just feels so good. So you're going to want to teach your children how to breathe and how to get the most out of their deep breaths. It's helpful to teach children to put their hands on their belly so that they're expanding their rib cage when they breathe. That gets us to breathe deeply. And then let it out slowly. It's important to let it out slowly so that children don't just hyperventilate. And it also helps to have a visual cue. The visuals that we have in the Positive Classroom Field Guide include this one, that smell the flower and blow out the candle. So that the child brings their hand to their nose to smell the flower, which gets that nice deep long breath, and blow out the candle, which we should do gently, right? And gets that nice slow exhale. So we can teach children how to do this and practice it. Like all skills, being able to use breathing to calm down requires lots of practice. So do it every day in the beginning. Remind children, especially when they're coming back from a special or they've just been outside and the whole class is kind of hyper, take some time to do some deep breaths. Ring your chime, do a few deep breaths.
On the next page, in your notebook, you're going to put what a bug down on the top of that new page.
Big breath in. And out.
Excellent.
Big breath in. And out. Good. One more. Big breath in. And out.
Another important thing to do is to teach children that they have options for calming down. I like to use this Calm Down kit that has a bunch of different things, including my visual about breathing. Here's another visual in which they take 5 breaths in a row. These are on Velcro so they can actually count them and put them back on. Again, the visual, it's like a graphic organizer, right? The visual helps them organize their behavior, and it helps them pay attention to this instead of whatever they're angry about or frustrated about. In my Calm Down box, I also have one of my favorite techniques, and that's a snow globe. So when you shake up the snow globe, it's like a child who's very upset, and they can watch this, and as the snow settles, hopefully they will settle too. Again, this will take practice, but it's fascinating, and they usually get very involved in that. So again, they stop thinking about what's bothering them so much. I also have a good old-fashioned stuffed animal in here. And you'd be surprised that even children in primary grades and middle school like to have stuffed animals. So this is another possibility to give a child to help them calm down. Some children like to draw to calm down, so I've got a little book in here where they can use that with crayons or markers or just draw or write about their feelings. And sometimes I put fidget toys in here to help them just have something physical that can help them focus on rather than their emotions.
Start us off. What do we do to help us relax when we need to go? But how? Read a book, right? We have all these great books about emotion, right? If I'm angry, I might want to read the book about being angry. If I'm not feeling so great about myself, I might want to read this book, which is, wow, it's sure good to be you, right? That might make me feel a little bit better.
Muhammad had a really good suggestion. Because sometimes you're so frustrated or you're so angry, breathing, taking a nice deep breath in, and breathing out, it really makes a difference.
Can I see a me too if you also said breathing in, breathing out?
Or sometimes, like Muhammad says, writing can really help you get your emotions out in a better way.
You could write a sentence about what did you do.
Exactly. Because if you remember in kindergarten, when you weren't really sure about how to tell someone how you felt, you might have hit someone, or maybe you stomped away, and that's your way of expressing how you feel. But now that we're second graders and we're so much older and mature, we know that that's not necessarily the right thing to do. So instead of doing those things, sometimes people do things like breathing in and out to calm down, or they might want to write about it. I want to write about why I'm angry.
You should, when you sit at the center, you should think about it, and then you close your eyes and you imagine what you could have done before you did that.
I like that word imagine, and I think who said maybe even imagine a better thing you could have done, or maybe even a happy place. So maybe we can say use our imagination.
Use your imagination. Definitely think about a happy place, something that will calm you down. A happy place could be the beach. I know I love to see the waves and feel the sand under my toes. So maybe that's my happy place.
All
So
right,
think
so-
about a happy place.